If you're posting consistently, showing up, trying to do everything right, like you're staying up late, studying the strategies, studying your competition, and you're still not getting clients from your content, this video is for you. I'm a marketing strategist, and I can tell you right now that you're probably not bad at content. You're also not shadow banned and the algorithm doesn't hate you. The real problem is that there is some kind of misalignment in your content, and we're going to fix that in today's video. Welcome to Turn Your Content into Clients, a free mini series where I'm showing you how to turn the content you already post into actual leads, conversations, and sales. This week, we're starting at the only place that matters: why people are not currently buying from you. Most people think that their problem is that they're not getting enough views, there's just not enough eyeballs on their content, their engagement is down because Instagram is not prioritizing small creators anymore. They're flooded by bots and AI and all this stuff, or that they think they're shadow banned for some reason. But let me tell you something that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. If engagement was the reason why your content isn't making money, posting more or fixing your hooks would have solved that by now. And I know you're out there, you're trying all the different things. You are not somebody who isn't posting. You're not someone who isn't smart. You're not someone who isn't putting your all into your work. You've tried it all and it's not working. So the real problem is we need to go deeper beyond the engagement, the number of views you're getting, and into the content itself, the words you're writing, the words you're speaking, that's going to get people from a casual viewer into a buyer. Like, if all we needed to do was get more views to get more sales, my wedding photos would have made me a millionaire. I got about like 10 times the normal engagement that I typically get. They did amazing, but they brought in exactly $0. Why? Because the attention really doesn't equal demand. I had a client who had way more followers than I do. I have like 800 followers on Instagram. She had like thousands of followers. She was getting hundreds of thousands of views on her reels, and her carousels were getting numbers that I don't see. And she was getting no sales. She had the highest number of views, and she was also my client making the least amount of money before she started working with me. It's because your views doesn't mean anything unless you know how to convert them into buyers. So let's talk about how to do that, because I know you want to get sales, not just views. So when I audit someone's account, whether it's a $200,000 coach or someone just getting started, I don't start with the views, the reach, the aesthetic. I start with one thing: does this page make sense to the buyer? I literally put myself in the shoes of their dream client. Like, I pretend like I'm going to hire them. And I ask myself, like, what would I hire this person? Does their page make sense? Does their page make me feel like I need to take the next step and work with them? I am looking for where the message, their story, the buyer psychology don't match up, because buyers are typically asking themselves subconsciously three questions when they consume content. And keyword here is buyers. There are people out there who are just looking for entertainment. Those are the ones who are mindless scrolling. But the buyers that actually know they have a problem and they're looking for the solution, they are subconsciously asking themselves three questions. Number one, what's in it for me? Like, what are they going to gain from watching or reading your post? Number two, can I trust this person? Like, maybe you got them hooked, and they are like, okay, I'm going to continue reading this post or watching this post. But now they're thinking in their mind, like, okay, is this person actually credible? Are they saying factual things? Like, what is their experience? What proof do they have that this actually works? And then question number 3 that they ask is, "Do I need to act on this now?" So that's the trigger that gets people to follow you, that gets people to like or comment or go to your profile and look at all the rest of your posts, or go to your profile and look at all your links and shop around on your website. That is key. And the thing is, if your content doesn't answer those 3 things, you can post every single day for years and still not make sales. So let's talk about one of the fastest ways I can spot misalignment in content. And that is, who is the main character of your content? Is it you? Or is it the client you're trying to call in? Because a lot of people think they are telling stories, but they're actually just narrating their own journey. They're telling their audience all about them. They're like, I see all the time, people will be like, oh, I'm not a normal coach. I do this or blah, blah, blah. Okay. But like, why does that benefit the person watching your content? Why will that make someone actually stop and stay? When your content doesn't make the buyer the hero, they're not going to stop. They're not going to listen. They're not going to take it to heart. They might like want to support you because they see you trying and working really hard. And they're like, oh, I'm going to give this person a like just to like encourage them. But they're not going to see themselves as a potential buyer. They're not going to see you as the expert, as someone who is going to solve the problems that they have. So before you look at your views, you look at your saves, you look at the reach you're getting, the number of likes you're getting, I want you to go and actually look at your content and go through every single post in the last 3 weeks, in the last month, and say, who is the main character of this post? Who is the main character of this post? Is this all about me, or is am I speaking to someone as if they're on the other side of the screen as me, of me? Even when I tell a personal story, I am still relating it back to the person reading it. I'm not just telling a personal story for the sake of telling a personal story. I am telling that story so that the other person on the other side of the screen who is watching or reading this can see themselves in my journey and have a belief shift where they go from thinking they can't do this to thinking, oh, it's possible for me because it was she did it, so I can do it. And that is the goal of my personal storytelling content. I'm not doing it to prove myself. I'm not doing it to make myself look smart. I am doing it strategically. So, your assignment number one is to go through all of your content and ask yourself, who is the main character of this post? So, over the course of the Turn Your Content into Clients series, I am leading you through my wild sales framework. This is my framework that I use for my own business, for my clients' business, and it pairs together your messaging, your positioning, your storytelling, and sales so that you actually make money from your content or not just showing up and posting content every day for the fun of it. And if you really want to figure out why your content isn't currently generating sales for you, we need to look at three different core things that add up to make content convert. And it really falls into three main buckets that I see over and over and over again. The first bucket is messaging problems. If you want to figure out if your messaging is off, I want you to look for these three things. So when messaging is off, I typically see little to no engagement despite posting consistently because your messaging isn't specific enough. So people aren't actually stopping to read it. They see your post and they're asking that question, what's in it for me? And saying, you're not calling out something they're doing so specifically that they see themselves in your post. So they're just scrolling on by. When messaging is off, I typically see inquiries that ghost when you pitch your offer because your messaging is calling in the wrong people. Your messaging is calling people at a different stage or people who are not really ready to invest. Maybe they're in the learning phase of their buyer journey and you want people who are ready to invest. So you're getting inquiries because people are seeing your content, people are liking your content. And then when you actually go to have a conversation with them, they're like, oh, wait, no, I thought this was going to be for free. Or I'm not ready for it. Or I don't have this isn't the right time. You'll get a lot of objections. The last sign that I look for when messaging is off is that engagement is from others in your industry, other people selling similar things to you because you're speaking their language instead of the language of your potential buyer. You're using complex words, you're speaking to the problem that you know they have instead of the problem they think they have. So again, they're just scrolling on by because they're like, oh, this post isn't for me. This post is too advanced, or I don't have this problem. Because in their mind, they think they're shadow banned, that the algorithm hates them. But really, I know it's because it's their messaging. So when I am creating content for my own business, I'm asking myself, what problems does my audience think they have? And then my hooks are all targeting that problem. And then in the content itself, I am shifting their belief of what their problem is and telling and showing them what their actual problem is. Can you see how big of a difference that could make on your content viewership, engagement, people going to buy your offers? It's key. And so many people skip it. When positioning is off, you're gonna see things like getting cheered in your comments and then pitched to in your DMs. People will leave comments like, "Oh my god, this is so inspiring," and then you'll go to your DMs and you'll have someone being like, "I saw this post, I loved it. Do you need help with your mindset or whatever?" And you're like, "No, hello, I was selling to you in this post." That is such a huge sign that people are seeing you as someone who needs help instead of someone who is literally the best choice in your industry for it. Another sign that I see is you're posting lots and lots of engagement. You maybe are posting to your feed, but you also have a lot of freebies. You're launching a new masterclass all the time, but you're still not getting sales. You might get people joining your master classes and signing up for your freebies, but no one's actually taking that next step into buying from you. It's because you're trying to overcompensate because the sales weren't coming naturally. So you're like, okay, I need to show these people that I really know what I'm talking about. And so you do everything in your power to like throw your knowledge at them. And they're just like, cool, thanks, cool, thanks, cool, thanks. You're talking to a DIYer instead of someone who is ready to invest. One of the greatest shifts I've made in my business over the course of the 5 or 6 years that I have been doing this social media management and mentoring business is not educating unless it's tied to a client case study or my own case study. When you do that, when you pair the two, and this is getting ahead of this series because I'm going to break this strategy down, people instantly see you as an expert. They're like, oh, she did it for that person. She can do it for me. Another sign that your positioning is off is that people will be talking to you. They'll be in your DMs, they'll be chatting to you in your comments. And then they give you the like, wait, what? You sell something? It's not for free? I just thought like we had a good relationship, a good friendship. They see you as a friend, not as the expert. And this is what was happening with that client that had lots of views, lots of followers. She was getting tons of engagement, but no one was buying her offers. And she actually thought that when she talked about her offers, her engagement dropped. People unfollowed because they hated when she sold to them. But it was because she had positioned herself as their besties instead of somebody who they can invest in and learn from. The third bucket is the buyer psychology. And when buyer psychology is off, there's often no urgency to join your offers. You're getting inquiries and interest, but followed up with like, maybe next time, like maybe not this round, but the next round, come back to me. You're getting lots of objections. Like they understand what their problem is, but there's still a part of them that thinks that they cannot achieve success with your help. So maybe you'll get people in your inbox saying like, this sounds amazing, like, yes, yes, yes. And then you see them go and sign up with your competitor. And you're like, I thought we had something good here. Well, it's because they didn't see you as the key to getting results. Another sign that your buyer psychology is off is you're having really tense sales conversations. Sales conversations should not feel like it's life or death. Sales conversations should be like, okay, here are some questions I have. Here are the answers. Sounds great. Sign me up. Send me the link to check out. Boom, done. If you're feeling like you have to convince people and that you're pressuring them instead of just clarifying a few things, there's something off there. They have People should already have been convinced that they need your offer and they're going to join. They just wanted a couple of questions clarified when you're entering into a sales conversation. These are the things that I look at when I am doing an audit for sales. There are people who do audits all the time, but they're looking at hooks, they're looking at views, and they will tell you, oh, we can make this hook a little better. Oh, we can make this video a little bit more engaging to get more views. That's great. That kind of audit is fantastic if you are focusing on visibility. But if you are not getting any sales, you're not getting conversations, you're not getting uh, people taking that next step to be in your world, that looks like you're posting a lot. And just, it's like you're posting into the void. No one's commenting, no one's having conversations with you. You're like, hello, is anyone listening? Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? And that is when you need an audit that looks into why you're not getting sales. If you're getting sales, but you're not getting a lot of views, yes, go get that generic audit that's going to help you with visibility. But if you're not getting any sales, start here. Start with this audit where you're asking yourself, when you're putting yourself into the shoes of the buyer and you're asking yourself, what's in it for me? Do I trust this person? And do I have to take the next step with this person right now? Because I know, holy cow, they can fix my problem. Over the course of this series, I'm going to be showing you how to fix these problems. Whether you have a messaging problem, whether you have a positioning problem, a buyer psychology problem, the goal for you is to watch this video, diagnose your problem, and then be able to take what I'm teaching you over the course of the Turn Your Content into Clients series and implement it into your business so that you can actually see results. If you are somebody who is like, I know I need someone to hold up a mirror to my faults because I just cannot see what I cannot see. I can't fix something I have no clue about. Then right now, you can sign up for an audit with me. When you sign up, you fill out a short questionnaire. After I receive your questionnaire, I dig into your profile completely. I do the exact same audit that I would do for my private clients. I will look at your content, your in feed carousels, your reels, your stories, your highlights. I will look at your bio and your links in your bio. I will look to see if your content is driving people to what you have in your bio and your links. And I will flag things that I see are gaps. So I'll flag messaging where you can take things deeper and you can speak more specifically to your target client. I will pretend like that I need your service, and I will ask myself those questions. Do I trust this person? Is there enough proof that I should hire this person? Are they making me feel like I should take the next steps to work with them? And I will look at your positioning. I will ask myself, does this person seem like an expert, or are they trying to convince me? Is there convincing energy? I will ask myself, does this person show the urgency of why I need to solve this problem now? And why are they the person to actually get me there? And in your audit, you will receive a video just like this one, but tailored to your content. You're going to get a video of me breaking down your content, the gaps that I see, and you also get suggested fixes. So you basically can sign up for this audit and you get the audit, but you also get a personalized plan of action for you to implement and see results. So if you're interested in getting that, I'm going to link to it below. And it's first come, first serve. So go sign up, get that audit, and let's make bank. And if you want to get more involved in this series, I also have a free après email list where you can go and get further lessons and prompts. And I'm going to be sharing the behind the scenes decisions that I'm making for this series because let's be real, transparent marketing incoming. I am doing this series because I need to get more visibility on my Instagram and on my YouTube. This is strategic, but I want to take you along with me and I want to share the behind the scenes decisions that I'm making, the results that I'm getting from it, share stories, share mindset hurdles that I have to go through because it's hard getting visible. It's hard posting and staying committed to something, even maybe when it's not going according to plan. So I'm sharing all of that with additional prompts and lessons that I couldn't fit into these videos or on Instagram in this Appri email list. It's free. So if you want to join to get the insider scoop on this series, I will also link that below. Over the next few weeks, I have 6 weeks of content planned out for this. I'm going to be diving into how to fix your positioning problem. I'm going to be diving into how to fix your messaging problem and take it deeper. I'm going to be diving into how to use storytelling for sales. I'm going to be diving into how to read your audience and like actually understand what kind of content they want. So if in 2026, you're like, I am ready for a revival. I'm ready for my content to actually work for me. Then make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you save this video and come back to it because this is going to be like your home base for taking off on social media in 2026. I don't want you to sit there and test a million different strategies and and just keep wondering why other people are taking off but you're not. This series is going to break that down for you clearly so that you can actually learn from it, implement and get results. So I hope you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions below. If you're like, I'm going to do this audit myself, but I have some questions on if this is actually true or not, like how do I apply this to my business? How do I apply this to my brand? Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm happy to chat about this. Um, Another insider transparent marketing point here, when you send me questions, I get to answer them to help you, but it also helps me create better content. So there's no sneaky sales going to be happening or anything like that. Just send me questions. Tell me what you want me to cover in this series. I do have 6 weeks of content planned, but if you have questions, that can help me make even better content. So send them to me. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join at Pray, and I'll see you all next week for fixing your positioning, aka why people actually want to hire you over anyone else in your industry doing something similar.